Hi, it's Dr. Laura Grace, and I'm back to share with you more about dreams, your nighttime dreams, and how they inform every area of your life. And to remember that all of your dreams are a gift. In today's topic, I'm especially excited about because we're going to be talking about dreams that lead you to understanding your life's higher purpose, to discovering your life's purpose. You know, many of us realize that we're more than just an ego with a body and a personality and certain traits and qualities, that we're here for a very significant reason. And part of the purpose of our life is to discover our most authentic self, right? And in so doing, we often discover that we have gifts and talents that we didn't even know existed. And those gifts and talents are part of our soul's purpose, part of your sacred contract, if you will. So today, I'm going to be sharing with you, I'm pulling from one of my own dreams. This is one of the dreams that is in my dream book called Dreams, Soul-Centered Living in the 21st Century. And it's one of those dreams that I had decades ago that will stay with me forever, because this was one of a series of dreams that I'm going to be working with that helped me understand that I had much more to offer than I was ever aware of growing up, even going, to school, to college. I just didn't understand how many talents I had that were dormant until I had this dream. So I want to kind of lay the foundation for you. Here's what was happening. I had been working in a business setting for a CPA and consulting firm. And at the time, this firm had 6 offices in the Midwest. I had left a utility company where I was in management in the area of human resources. I shifted over to another company that I felt had more autonomy and responsibility and was more progressive in its thinking than a utility company. And while I was there, I didn't know it at the time, but I was connected with the man who was going to become my future husband, my soulmate, my life partner, everything. I mean, he was going to help me in my soul growth, and I was going to be able to help him in ways that we didn't have a clue when we first met. So here's part of the sacred contract unfolding, right? If you're familiar with the contract that we agreed to before we incarnate, you'll understand that, we're meeting certain people along the way to help support our soul's evolution. So anyway, in this job, at this point, hadn't really connected with my husband yet. I mean, we were friends and working together, but I was having to do a lot of things that I didn't expect when I took this position. And that was firing a lot of people in management, from managers to partners, and people at all different levels. And I'm an empath. I didn't know it at the time. I'm a highly sensitive person, as many of you could probably relate. So firing people and feeling like I'm taking away a career where they're earning a lot of money, and this has been their path. But this firm that I was working with was going through all kinds of mergers and acquisitions. That was their plan for growth, right? Buying and merging with these other firms and then getting rid of people they didn't fit in with their culture. Anyway, long story short, it was a soul-sucking position. And I began to spiral downward. But this is where I began to realize that there has to be a better way, right? We ask ourselves, finally, we hit a brick wall with a relationship or with our life's work or with our physical health or with our finances. And sometimes we just think, my God, there's got to be a higher reason than for being here than what I'm currently experiencing. And that's what I went through when I was at this particular firm. And that is often the painful catalyst that will get us into motion to start realizing that, yes, there is more to life than just getting by. We're not meant just to get by. We're meant to thrive. And does that mean we're not going to have challenges? Absolutely not. We're going to have challenges. That's part of the contract, part of our growth. We need these bumps in the road, though, or sometimes these hitting our heads against the wall to get us motivated. So I left. I left this firm. I took my 401k and I lived with the man that eventually became my husband. And we, with my daughter and a couple of cats, we lived on a small lake in the Midwest in a really pretty home. And I did nothing for a year but delve with them. I began journaling. I began working with my dreams at even a higher level than I already had been. I'd already been recording them and had lots of journals, But I realized that my dreams were going to be they're going to show me where to go in ways that I just couldn't get to in my conscious waking life. And so I began asking for guidance through my dreams. Show me what I'm really here to do. Because I knew I didn't want to go back into that arena of just where money's the bottom line and people really aren't valued. I couldn't do that to my heart. And I certainly wasn't going to do that to my soul. So I had this dream. I want to share this with you. I'm sitting in the driver's seat of my red Toyota, which is parked in a parking lot. And next to me in the passenger seat, I see a dark blue book, a navy book, like the color of the shirt that I have on. And on it is the words Bhagavad Gita scrolled in gold across the cover. I open the door of my car, and then I see several brochures that I have created. They have my name on it, lying on the ground, lying on the parking lot next to me. And by these brochures that I have created are all these various silver and gold coins. So at this point, the dream was showing me that writing, okay, let's kind of backtrack here. So the things that pop out in this dream right now are this book with the Bhagavad Gita in gold scrolled across the navy cover, and these pamphlets with my name on it, these brochures, and these gold and silver coins. So what I gained from that was that I was being shown that writing about spiritual growth and teaching based on those brochures was going to be a very important part of my life's work. Was I doing that then? No, heck no. I was in limbo. I was in that numinous state where we're not clear about what's in front of us, where the next step that we should take. So because of just this beginning part of the dream, I began writing, submitting my experiences about my own spiritual growth in article form to different publications, and they began getting published. So I knew I was on the right path. And then there's this feeling, when we're really connected to our soul, there's this powerful, beautiful feeling that, oh, I'm on the right path, and you get lifted up. There's a rejuvenation going on. There's an excitement, a zest for life when we're in alignment with our soul, right? In dreams, coming from the unconscious, coming from the realm of soul, offer us that path. And in this dream, it got really specific. Had I been writing before this? No, I had been working very hard at creating a spiritual practice for myself for really the first time in my life, meditating in the morning. I was doing A Course in Miracles at the time with my partner, who became my husband about a year later. We were doing all kinds of spiritual practice together, and all kinds of insights, and all the signs were showing up, and that exciting time when you're the beginning of a growth phase, that was happening. But I never really, and even though I had wanted to be a writer when I was 16, I thought that was what I was going to go for. I had never done any of that because, again, I'd been in a business realm and I wasn't utilizing those gifts, didn't even know that they really existed except in a businessy writing kind of way. After this dream, and I began writing, I had another dream that connects. I'm guided to look under my bed, and I discover enormous diamonds in the shape of crystals, and I'm amazed by their beauty. After looking under the bed, I look to the floor and see 2 or 3 similar stones, not quite as large as the large one under my bed, but I look at these crystals and I awake feeling very, very happy and inspired. All right, now this is interesting because when we're finding something like a valuable, and I'll cover actually finding money and valuables in another video. This is about discovering your life's purpose for being here, and it's never too late to more deeply discover why you're here, because as we evolve, the way that our path looks often changes, right? But these diamonds were very, just so they were just pivotal in this dream. They were gorgeous, beautiful crystals. I had a few tiny crystals on my table out in the living area. They were like these little pyramid type crystals, and some crystals we had found in the boathouse of the house that we bought. Really cool looking crystals that we found that just nobody noticed, and it was there in the boathouse with the house. So we brought those in. These were beautiful. These were multifaceted, and the large one is about the size of the palm of my hand. I remember kind of sketching this out. It was a very large diamond. Well, about, I don't know, 2 or 3 months after having this dream, I went to something called the Hoffman quadrinity process. And in that process, it was a healing process of letting go of all the negative emotions and pain and things that we accumulate, you know, as we're developing, often in our childhood, and then we carry it into early adulthood. And I realized that in order to go to the next level with my soul growth, I had to go through some transformation. I had to go through some healing. So we dug into shadow, we dug into things, negative traits that I had adopted from caregivers that I was carrying that were holding me back. But interestingly, the analogy they kept using throughout this 9-day process, it was intense, was a diamond, was that we are at our core like a multifaceted diamond. We're very, very strong and brilliant and radiate light from all different spheres. But sometimes we have this black tar blocking it, and that's the ego patterns and the wounds and the things that are in need of some light, right? Some transformation, some healing. So after I had this dream, I really took to heart that I needed to work on not just my spiritual growth, but also emotional growth. I think spiritual and emotional growth really need to go hand in hand. Otherwise, we end up spiritually evolving with all this awareness and these truths and principles about life on a deeper level, but emotionally, we're not there. We haven't learned how to really process our deeper feelings, and that's what leads to spiritual bypassing. But anyway, I'm getting off track. So I had these dreams. After I had that second dream, I began seeing, not only did I want to write, but because of those brochures in the first dream, I wanted to teach. So I began through inner guidance and doing spiritual practice and working with my dreams. I created a program called the Self-Mastery Program. It was a 6-week program of transformation. It was very powerful and helped a lot of people. It was a turning point in my life. It was a very happy time, and I really felt on purpose. That's what we're looking for, to feel on purpose with our lives, yes? Or you wouldn't even be tuning in to something like this, like a channel about dreams. Then I decided, since my dreams were helping me so much, I'd start creating dream workshops, and those began to take off. And that led to then more writing of articles that I sent to publications, which then turned into my first book called Gifts of the Soul. That was self-published under my former name, Laura V. Hyde, H-Y-D-E. So this goes back many years ago. And you can see what happened. So I began helping people with their life's work. I went and got a certification in spiritual counseling, an online program that was of a place that's based in New York City. I began realizing that I had strengths and talents that I would never in a million years thought I had prior to all of this. I began speaking. The teaching helped me strengthen my public speaking skills. Public speaking is now one of my strongest gifts. Now, yeah, I had to present some here and there when I was in business, but nothing at the level that I'm capable of doing now. So what I want to remind you is your dreams, if you start asking tonight before you go to sleep, what is my higher purpose? What would my soul have me do? Why am I really here? Show me the gifts and talents that are maybe laying dormant, asleep within me. We just ask these open-ended questions, and dreams like this will begin to happen. I also want to mention here that the reason that those diamonds in the second dream were under my bed, that to me represented anything in the bedroom, bed, any of that kind of arena represents intimacy. So those diamonds were something that was going to represent that this path that I was about to embark on, that I didn't know what it looked like yet at all, was going to become very near and dear to my heart. And also that my husband, who then I was living with, was my soul partner, and we were growing together, was going to be an instrumental part of my life. That was the bed that we were sharing, and he has. You're going to meet, and you already have met, people who are there to help you fulfill your soul's purpose. and you're there to help them. I really believe that's what relationships, our most significant, intimate partnerships are really about. They're not just about what can we get from this person and are they just a companion to do things with or make me happy. No, 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 no. We're missing the boat. These are souls that we agreed to connect with before we ever came. And certain souls are going to just be in and out of your life quickly. That doesn't mean they didn't have a really big impact on you. And other souls are going to come into your life and they're going to be there for a while. And then other souls, these very few, this is the minority, are going to come into your life. I just get choked up even talking about this because it's very moving to me. And I had a moving experience about all this before the video, so I'm very vulnerable right now. But other souls are going to join you on your path, and they're there to help you evolve and hold that space for you as you are for them. These are the most sacred connections that we have. The other connections, I'm not denying their importance, especially the ones that are most difficult for you. Those are often karmic connections, and those are some of our greatest teachers. But hopefully you've experienced, or you're going to experience yet, a person or maybe one or two people that are very sacred, because they're going to be with you for the long haul. And those are the relationships that we really want to cherish and understand why they're showing up in our lives. So I hope this has helped you understand that all of your dreams are a gift, even the most disturbing ones, the most confusing ones, the most upsetting ones, the most strangest, ones that you think have no meaning. Please don't blow them off. Most of your dreams, except ones that might be coming about because you had some really bad food before you went to sleep, most of your dreams are a very important gift. They're multifaceted. They're the diamonds, like I had show up in my dream, that are showing you the way. I've said this before. They are your inner GPS. They're guiding you and are there for you if you'll write them down and learn how to work with them. It doesn't take long, and there's all kinds of dream teachers out there. I'm one of them, but there are many that can help you make sense of these dreams so you can really tap in to the incredible, powerful reason as to why you're alive. That's how important they are. I want to end with a quote from Edgar Cayce, who affirms that, he says, quote, "Dreams are today's answers to tomorrow's questions." So listen to your dreams. Namaste, and I will see you next time. Thank you so much for joining me. Bye-bye.